A grandmother living alone suddenly received a package. It turned out to be from her children who were too busy to return home. When the old grandmother opened the package, she discovered it was a robot. She turned on the robot's switch. The next second, the little robot opened its eyes. Grandma's face appeared before him, which was also the first human the robot saw in this world. Grandma handed the broom in her hand to the robot. So, from that day on, the lonely old woman had company. He would sweep the floor for Grandma and water the little flowers she kept. The only regret was that her children were not by her side. Grandma would fall asleep while watching TV. The robot would also considerately cover her with a piece of clothing. Just past 8 o'clock in the evening, Grandma woke up and found an extra piece of clothing on her body. Looking back, the little robot was watching TV intently. It turned out that the TV was showing a circus performance, which was also the robot's favorite program. Grandma kept all this in mind. At mealtime, because the robot was not human, it drank machine oil but always got it all over its mouth. Grandma helped him wipe the machine oil off his mouth, just like taking care of her own child. But at this moment, a red light lit up on the robot's chest. It turned out that he needed to replace the battery. Grandma opened the switch on the robot's chest and put in a new battery. The next second, the robot's eyes opened again. And at this moment, Grandma was looking at him with gentle eyes. One day, Grandma came back from outside. The robot, who was home alone, immediately greeted her. In his world, only Grandma was the best to him, but Grandma's health was getting worse. She kept coughing. The robot immediately poured her a cup of hot tea. Grandma brought him a gift from the market, the latest model of machine oil. He was overjoyed. On this day, the robot reminded Grandma that it was time to go out shopping again. However, Grandma took out 2 circus tickets from her pocket. She handed the tickets to the robot, telling him that they weren't buying anything today and that she was taking him to the circus to watch the performance. He happily returned to the room and took out Grandma's straw hat. However, when he walked to Grandma's side, he found that Grandma seemed to be asleep. Seeing Grandma's empty pocket, he thought Grandma had run out of power like him, so he took out his own battery and put it in Grandma's pocket. But Grandma didn't wake up like he did. He didn't know that Grandma had passed away. The little robot brought out a lot of machine oil from the room and stuffed it all into Grandma's pocket until the machine oil all fell to the ground. Only then did he realize that this old person who loved him the most would never wake up again. He really wanted to cry. But as a robot, he couldn't shed a single tear. In the sunset, he accompanied Grandma on the last journey of her life. I don't know how long it had been. There was no longer any trace of Grandma in this home, but the robot was still helping her take care of this home. However, as time passed, the last can of machine oil in his body was about to run out. He slowly closed his eyes. In the last moments, he found that he seemed to have come to life. Looking up, he saw that Grandma had appeared before him. The little robot was overjoyed. He took out the 2 circus tickets from his body. In a burst of intense light, Grandma took his hand and went to another world. He finally realized that dream of going to the circus with Grandma.